Okay, so this is Puyo Puyo Tetris, coming out finally in the West. I'm not actually sure if it's been in English before, but I think this might be the first time. And since it's already out in Japan, I thought I'd show you Puyo Puyo mode, Tetris mode, and this one, which I've actually never tried this. This is Puyo Teto mode. What on earth? Alright, I've never actually played this. It's like half Tetris and half Puyo Puyo because they're coming in Tetris kind of shapes, but you still use the Puyo Puyo rules, which is match 4 together. Now, oh, what is going on? It used to be Puyo Puyo with Tetris blocks, and now it's like, it's, what? What is going on? I'm so confused. Oh, I see. Just now, like, you don't actually know what it's going to be because it'll harden as a Tetris block, or it will harden as a Puyo Puyo block. Oh, that was a waste. I shouldn't have shown this first, because this is actually not what the rest of the game looks like, but essentially you can see Tetris blocks seem to sink all the way down, and they harden, but they do destroy anything made of Puyo beneath them. That's interesting. That is enough of that. I just wanted to show you briefly what that looks like, and also try it for the first time in my entire life. Essentially what you actually have in this game is play Puyo Puyo or you play Tetris. Let's see, versus mode, and let's just do it one play. You can have up to 4 people playing, and you just choose whether you play Puyo Puyo or Tetris. So I'm going to choose Puyo Puyo, and then you also choose your opponents, but this is, that's because this is versus mode. And you choose the character and whether they are Tetris or Puyo Puyo. And you can choose whether you're on teams or not, but let's just be all on separate teams. The only problem is that sometimes you end up with computer players just playing against each other, and you're just sitting watching. It's like, why? So there you have it. This is Puyo Puyo, and essentially the only way to really win at Puyo Puyo is to make chains. And to make chains, we're gonna have to stack a few things up. Oh, I don't know how to do this very well. Oh, I guess that kind of counts as a combo. Oh, messed up. Oh, crud. Crud? Who says crud? Apart from me, apparently. Oh, okay, finally, look, I got a 3 chain. That's exactly what I wanted to show you. And as you can see, that's what causes blocks to fall on the other players. In Dream Arcade, you can actually play versus mode, Puyo Teto, which is the mix that we just played at the start of this video, and swap mode. I find this quite interesting because it's unbelievably confusing. You can't actually choose whether you're Puyo Puyo or Tetris because the game will just switch, and everyone will play Puyo Puyo or everyone will play Tetris. It's totally bonkers, makes no sense, but okay, look, I know Tetris better than I know Puyo Puyo. Don't judge my Tetris skills based on what you're seeing today. I'm normally as bad as this. Okay, so as you saw, it switches to Puyo Puyo like that, and then suddenly you're actually playing on a separate canvas. You're actually not playing with the same blocks that you had before. It's like a fresh slate, but when it switches back to Tetris, it'll be switching back to exactly what you had before. In 3 seconds, it's going to switch back, and I'm going to go right back to this mode. This is where the stored canvas is. I don't know why I'm calling it canvas. There's an internet mode. There's also a lesson mode, which teaches you how to make basic combos in Puyo Puyo if you've never played it before. It's good fun. I've got to say, Puyo Puyo Tetris works like way better than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster. I was just like, this is not going to work as a 2-player game or a 3-player or 4-player multiplayer game, but actually it works incredibly well. Here's one thing I want to complain about. So if you go to this bottom right hand corner here and choose this mode, you can play standard Tetris or standard Puyo Puyo, where you just play on your own and you don't worry about sending information to other players and beating them. It's more like you just play because you like to play standard Puyo Puyo or standard Tetris. But here's my problem. Marathon mode is not actually like an endless marathon. It's just 150 lines. It's really quite disappointing when you think about it. When it gets to 150, which I'm not going to do in this video, that's the end of the game and it just stops. It's really disappointing because I love to play Tetris for more than 5 minutes, and in this game it's like impossible to play for more than 5 minutes unless you're just in a versus battle. I feel like this is rule number 1 of Tetris. It's like rule number 1 of Tetris is always include an endless mode, and I think the EA version was one of the only versions recently. I have the EA version on my PS Vita, and that has endless mode. It's like, why why didn't you make this, I think it's Sega, right? Why didn't you make this with an endless mode? So I'm quite disappointed about that. If you're not buying it for a solo Tetris experience, you're buying it to enjoy this totally wacky Puyo versus Tetris, I highly recommend it. In fact, I recommend it so highly that I didn't buy the cartridge version. I usually buy cartridge versions of a lot of games so that I can maybe sell them in the future. But I actually bought the download version of this specifically so I can have it at all times. The other game that I downloaded, which I will probably make a video about in the future, Neo Geo King of Fighters 98. This is so good, but I don't have much time tonight to make another video, so I'll just have to do that in a separate video. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to comment, subscribe, share links and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next NihongoGamer video, hopefully with more Switch content.